just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
Something about these scary videos feels deeply wrong. Real footage, caught by accident, by people who had something standing behind them, sliding across a rooftop, breathing in the dark beside them.
Yeah, I'll see if you can come over in a bit.
A head snaps backward at a dinner table. A shape too tall to name walks out of the trees.
Forgot the motion sensor.
20 clips that should stay buried and half hide in plain sight, waiting for you to feel them long after the screen goes black. Scary unknown videos that simply shouldn't exist.
On the count of 3, can you try to grab one of these boxes that I have on the table? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Cool, they both. That one. Oh, okay.
What the dog saw. It starts with the dog. A woman's home alone, late, when her dog locks onto the hallway and erupts a deep, urgent bark that signals something's wrong. It holds focus, fixed, staring at something beyond her sight. Rattled, she lifts her phone and films down the hall. He just keeps staring, she says, like he sees someone. And when you brighten that footage, the dog makes sense. Down at the far end, in the dark, a shape. A tall, shadowy figure, standing there in the hall of her home. It stays put. It needs to do little else. It simply lingers while the dog comes apart in front of it. People argued lighting, compression, a trick of the camera, yet even they admitted the way it held its place felt wrong. Dogs lock onto something real. So what filled that hallway? The little boy in the factory. A man driving a lonely Argentine road spots the skeleton of an abandoned factory and pulls over to explore. He films as he goes broken concrete, hollow rooms, total stillness. And then he turns the camera toward one corner. A little boy stands there, sharp, clear, a child. And it happens twice. The apparition appears, fades, and appears again. The man stays oblivious the entire time. He keeps filming like the corner sits empty, finishes the video, and walks out, fully unaware of what he stood beside. He swears he explored that factory completely alone. The footage tells a different story. Some believe it's a child's spirit, stranded in the ruins, with one place left to haunt. The head pulled backward. Brazil, 2022. A security camera in a family kitchen. Timestamp 4:37 in the afternoon. An ordinary day, people gathered at the table, talking, eating, the most normal scene there is. Keep your eyes on the woman, because out of absolutely nowhere, her head snaps backward hard, fast, like an invisible hand grabbed a fistful of her hair and yanked. She lurches, stunned, and spins around hunting for whoever did it. Yet the space behind her sits empty. Everyone else stays an arm's length away. She asks the table who touched her, and every face mirrors her own confusion. They review the footage later, frame by frame, searching for a hand, a wire, a string, and find pure, smooth motion with a cause they can't name. The family came to believe something they couldn't see was sitting at that table with them. So watch it again and ask the only question that matters. What reached out and pulled? The thing that looked at the camera. A man monitoring the security feed of an old store spots someone shoplifting in the men's section. That's the dull part. Watch behind the thief. Look right there. What is that? Standing just behind the man is a small figure, short, wrong, child-sized, yet clearly something else, and it stares directly up into the surveillance camera, like it knows it's being watched. It's there, he says, and now it's gone, because in the next instant, it vanishes. Folklore carries a name for it, a duende, the little humanoid said to slip into homes and shops uninvited. Skeptics offered a kid at a strange angle, a glitch in the feed, yet a glitch stays blind. This thing lifted its head, found the lens, locked eyes with the camera with you, and then chose to disappear. The child in the hospital. Brian joins a team of ghost hunters heading into an abandoned hospital with a reputation for leaving visitors shaken. The strange sounds start early. Objects shift while every hand stays far away. But the team holds until the camera catches it. A small figure. A child. watching from the dark of a doorway in a building meant to sit empty. It rattles Brian enough that he cuts the recording entirely. That should have ended it. Days later, a security camera in the same building captures movement again. On its own, the place locked and hollow. So what is it, a child who died in those halls and stayed behind? Or a polished hoax built for the algorithm? Watch the figure, watch how still it holds, and decide for yourself. Movement under the covers. The activity in this home started after grief. The woman who filmed it lost 2 people she loved inside 5 months. And right after, the house turned strange. The first camera watches the kitchen. Calm, until something moves while the room sits still around it, empty of pets, empty of drafts, empty of people. Then it shifts to the bedroom. And on the bed, the covers begin to rise and shift, like something underneath them stirs. Her husband creeps forward, reaches toward the moving blanket, and it stays steady, unbothered, then simply settles. Then he lifts it. The bed lies empty. And here's what makes it unbearable. She shares this with strangers. Across the internet, person after person filmed the exact same thing, blankets crawling with lifted to reveal an empty bed. The same haunting in homes that sit worlds apart. The Paranormal Workplace. Luis stands alone in his workplace at night, filming the empty building, creaking floors, dim light, that feeling the walls are watching you. For a minute it reads as pure atmosphere. Then it turns real. Out of nowhere, a t-shirt rips off into the next room, yanked by an unseen force. The space around it clear. A beat later, upstairs, something heavy crashes to the floor in the silence, and you can watch the fear land on him. But the worst arrives last. A metal plate shifts on its own, and in that gap, just for a moment, a shadowy figure leans out around the corner. It holds there, long enough to be sure you saw it, then slips back. That's when Luis bolts for the exit, and the camera cuts out. He's keeping his distance from that place, for good. The abandoned hospital apparition. 6:30 in the morning, an explorer wanders an abandoned hospital. The halls stretch on, the rooms sit empty, and the silence runs total until the silence starts answering back. Listen. Low voices begin to bleed through the dead air. Faint, like someone murmuring just out of frame. Then, on its own, a door slams shut while the hallway sits empty. Right after comes the moment that freezes you. A pale white figure appears in the small window of that door. There, then gone. Skeptics blamed a reflection, a draft catching the door. Yet a draft stays silent. The order is what gets you. The voices, then the slam, then the face. Whatever lived in that hospital was reacting to him on purpose. It was performing for him. The 6-fingered handprint. A gamer. Alone, recording, he'd played with a Ouija board once, jokingly invited something in, and the house remembered. Then it begins. A door swings closed by itself. The hanging light fixture above him starts swaying on its own. A table drags across the floor. The lights snap on, then off, then on again. A shadow slides past the wall and he bolts, staying clear of the house for days. 4 days later he returns, and on a dusty cabinet sits a handprint, pressed clean into the surface. He counts on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a thumb. 6. He'd rather stay in the dark about what made it. So would we. The riderless motorcycle. This one skips the entity, the shadow, the ghostly face entirely. Just a gas station in Bargawan, India, and a security camera fixed on the forecourt. A motorcycle rolls in, ordinary until you notice the empty seat. The throttle turns on its own. The bike eases through the station, weaving past customers who freeze and stare as it passes. Balancing upright like an invisible driver is steering it home. It holds its lean. It keeps rolling. It moves with purpose. Authorities opened an investigation. The town still waits on an answer. A prank with hidden wires? A trick of the footage? Possible, yet watch how it holds its balance, how it turns and try to explain who or what was riding it. The falling sunglasses. A small convenience store, late and quiet, one man working alone. The CCTV holds on an empty aisle, and then, out of the dead air near the ceiling, his sunglasses drop. Straight down, onto the floor, dead center of the store. Simple, until you map the room. Those glasses had been resting in the back office, a full room away from where they landed. The space above that spot stays bare, solid ceiling, clear air, one man in the building. The owner replayed it again and again, even sketched out the floor plan hunting for a path that made sense. Every path came up impossible. Some called it the disappearing object phenomenon. Others went further, a glitch in reality itself, the universe stuttering and dropping the object back in the wrong place. The figure on the hill, a parent at a park simply snapping photos of their kids playing in the grass. The moment feels ordinary. The shot looks ordinary. It's only later, scrolling back through, that the eye snags on the hill behind the children. Standing there, alone, is a thin, human-shaped figure, just watching. They took picture after picture that afternoon, before this one and after, and the figure shows up in only a single frame. One photo. Some said a bird mid-flight, some said a bug on the lens, others said it looked far too much like a woman with long dark hair, straight out of a horror film. The thing that slides across the roof. A Polish urban explorer pushes deep into the wilderness, filming his way to an abandoned house swallowed by the rotting walls, dead vines, the kind of place your gut begs you to leave. He's filming the building when he pans up toward the roof, and something waits up there. Watch it slowed down, because at full speed it slips right past you. A figure slides across the rooftop, pure motion gliding, smooth and wrong, like the laws that hold the rest of us down let go of it entirely. Then it comes for him. The footage explodes into a panicked, sprinting blur as he runs for his life. Some say it was an angry property owner, the woman with the long black hair. Investigator Patrick heads to the Mount Hood Resort in Oregon, a place with a long, dark reputation, and goes in alone, at night, into the shuttered restaurant and pub. He sets up his gear, REM pods, a spirit box, a Tesla coil humming in the dark. It starts fast. A loud bang rips through the building, and then the equipment lights up on command. He asks something to touch a pod, and it triggers. He asks it to move between them, and they fire in sequence, including hits strong enough to make him flinch. A female voice answers back from the empty room, and then the camera catches her. A woman with long black hair, leaning out around the corner to look directly at Patrick before she's simply gone. He walked in expecting solitude. He found company. Shadow figures in the old house. This house carries history. It served as a doctor's office before the Civil War, and the family living there says it always feels occupied. One night, the son leaves a camera running in the living room. At first, stillness. Then, if you keep your eyes open, you catch them, two shadow figures, separate, moving across the room and then climbing the stairwell together, like they have somewhere to be. The motion runs quiet, deliberate. It moves against the lights. It moves against a passing car. It moves with intent. Skeptics reached for the usual someone off camera, headlights through the window, yet two distinct shapes, in formation, heading up the stairs of a house with that much buried in its walls. Everyone in the comments landed on the same word: goosebumps. The black figure and the Ouija board. Lindsay films a quick, ordinary clip at home. The comments find the horror: a black figure standing in the far background where the room should sit empty. So she makes a follow-up, walking us through the room, the window she filmed at, an attic she's kept sealed for years. And then she shows the camera something resting on her hairdressing trolley. A Ouija. She insists it's a fake, bought as a decoration, purely for show. Yet by then the question already hangs in the air. In a later video, she's alone again, and the microphone in that exact room, the one where the figure appeared, suddenly hisses radio static all on its own. The attic she's kept shut, the board she swears is harmless. Something in that house keeps making itself known. The rake in the woods. Robert wanders into the woods at night with a single flashlight, chasing rumors he probably should have left alone. Watch the opening seconds. Caught in the beam, far down the path, a tall, lanky figure stares straight back at the camera, then folds into the dark. "No lie," he says. "I heard something stomping. Something huge." Most people leave. Robert keeps walking, and it sharpens eyes glowing low along the trail, faint crawling sounds drifting from the brush. He calls it a skinwalker, The internet had another name, the rake pale, wrong-limbed. The thing that lives in tree lines could be a hoax, could be an animal at the perfect angle. Yet those proportions, those eyes, that crawl, that combination stays lodged in your head long after the clip ends. The pale figure in the closet. A young woman, home alone, on the phone with a friend, keeps feeling watched. Her friend, uneasy, asks her to flip the call to video purely to stay safe. So she does. They chat. Everything looks normal. They sit completely unaware. Because when the clip hit millions views, the internet found it. Inside her closet, half swallowed by the dark, a pale figure, standing perfectly still, watching her, and in certain frames it watches her directly, turning ever so slightly toward her, silent, barely shifting, simply present. The instant they spotted it, panic took over, and she said it before, strange things have haunted that house for a long while now. The closet may have finally shown her the source. Creature on CCTV. A backyard trail camera. 2020, 2:39 in the morning. Behind this property stretches more than 10,000 acres of unbroken forest, pure darkness, miles deep. And out of that black tree line, something walks. Watch the very start, because it vanishes in a heartbeat. A tall shape drifts toward the street, slow, far slower than anything in a hurry. The camera sits around 10 feet off the ground, and this thing nearly reaches it. That puts it past 9 feet tall. For half a minute after it passes, the mic keeps catching sounds from an unseen source. The uploader swears the footage is raw and untouched, and that this land stays empty almost every night. A man at a bad angle? Possible, yet anything native to that forest stays well under 9 feet and walks like it has weight. This thing glides. The house that won't stop. A couple keeps noticing small wrong things in their home, subtle enough to ignore, frequent enough to demand answers. So they fill the house with cameras. One night past 1 a.m., as they watch TV, furniture slides across the floor behind them, slow, deliberate, guided by an unseen hand. They search. Nothing. Then it escalates. A cabinet flings open, hurling objects out. Strange lights drift in living patterns. Sounds lure them to a locked, untouched door, and the room rearranges behind their backs. "You're really scaring me. What is going on?" The door rattles. He opens it. A shape waits in the dark, stirring, watching. He floods the house with light, finds only silence. It has settled in. It stays. It follows. That's 20. Somewhere out there, a camera is recording the next one right now. Which one do you believe was real? Drop your pick in the comments, and maybe keep the lights on tonight.